so much stuff to get to. Russell Wilson, he's on the move. Aaron Rodgers, he's on the move. James, what's so funny?
I got my kids in here acting like him.
Oh, no. Oh, see, so off camera, James Jones, two youngins, they are in the building, and Shady McCoy is indoctrinating them with the BB era.
Well, what's the BB era?
Come on, man.
Y'all, come say what up. Come say what up. Come say what up.
Shady is indoctrinating the young Jones kids with the BB era, the bums, and the back.
Hey, what's up?
Now, look.
What's up?
Now, shout out to bringing your kids to work when you work at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Hey, and they woke me up.
Okay,
that's real. They woke me up.
That's amazing.
James, introduce him real quick because you got him on camera.
This is the oldest right here. This is Bo Jones right here. He played running back corner. And this is the youngest, Jordan Jones. He played receiver safety. They all right.
No QBs? No QBs?
No QBs.
Come on. Wait, now how's your dad as a coach? Because he be...
they're not mic'd up, so just thumb up or thumbs down. How's dad as a coach? Thumb up or thumbs down?
Thumb up here.
Okay, I see the little shaky. All right.
I love it. Jordan, Bo, appreciate y'all, man. I'm sure we're going to need y'all's help later in the show.
I don't lie. Jordan, Bo, they keep it more real than a lot of y'all up here.
Hey, let's get things started. Set to Shady, where do you believe Russell Wilson should go?
You remember that address?
Yeah, of course. They drafted me, man. I remember that. Paychecks went there. My first big paycheck.
Yeah, it's a bad organization. You know Phillies?
I don't know Phillies, too.
Here, way.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man, you crazy. We a good franchise. Why would I know Green Bay?
You don't know Green Bay?
I don't remember Green Bay.
Oh, my God.
Well, anyway, forget the address. Let's talk about this for a second. So, should Russ go to the Cleveland Browns, and can he stay?
Or the Giants. Or the Giants. Where should Russ go?
No, stay where you at. I don't understand the Steelers right now. Like, you got the quarterback you need. I don't know if it's a money thing. Maybe that's what it is. Because when I watched the Steelers play all last season, the issues I seen wasn't number 3, Russ. It was the defense. It was stopping runs. It was stopping passes. It was secondary help. It was up front, offensive line can't block nobody. I'm surprised they had somebody going to free agency. Somebody paid money for them. It was the running backs. It wasn't Russ. So if you ask me, I think he stays in Pittsburgh. He grows that thing out. And imagine this, man. We don't want to see Russ in Cleveland.
Fair.
We don't want to see Sierra in Cleveland. We want to see Sierra in that black and yellow with Russ. Let him cook, dog.
I think Russ has to go to the Giants. I think he has to, because what Russ needs right now, Chase, Russ needs, even more than on the field, Russ needs reconstruction of his identity. He needs branding reconstruction. A complete brand makeover. I know Russ's publicist. I know his team. I know Russ well. Talked to him at the Super Bowl. Russ needs a brand makeover. If you go to the Giants, you are the face of that organization. If you go to the Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett maintains being the face of that organization. If you go to the New York Giants, you likely can stay there more than 1 year because you can build with Malik, you can build with that organization. Hopefully you can build with Coach Daboll. If you go to the Cleveland Browns, they are looking to replace you within the year. So what that means is, Russ, you go from the Seahawks for that last year, the Broncos for 2 years, the Steelers for 1 year, the Browns for 1 year, and then you're going to end your career as a journeyman. Russ, you deserve better. Furthermore, like Shady McCoy has said, whether he said it in jest, I will say it with all sincerity. Russell Wilson, you're married to an icon in Sierra. Sierra's closest friends are located in New York. Now you become a megastar once again. So for me, Chase, if Russell Wilson's trying to get into the Hall of Fame, which is where I do believe he belongs, then you need to go to New York where you will have ample moments. You're playing the Cowboys twice a year, whole world watching. Yeah. Eagles going to be on national TV all the time. You're playing them twice a year. The Commanders are an up-and-coming organization. You're playing them twice a year. Russ, be a man of moments. We don't need you to go save everybody. Be a man of moments. Be the face of one of the biggest brands in all of sports. And then you get to play several national television games. I think it would be huge for him.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with you more. I think the Giants are third on my list on where you should want to go. A brand makeover comes with wins. Now, where do you have the best chance of winning? Let's be real. If he goes to the Giants or the Browns or the Steelers, it's a 1 year thing. I think Russ has 1, maybe 2 years left. And quite honestly, all these teams are going to be looking to replace him in the draft. That's just how it is. For me, it's the Browns. He's visiting the Browns today. The more I think about the Browns, the more I like it, okay? The Steelers clearly do not want him back because he's their 4th option. I mean, they offered Darnold, didn't get him. They offered Fields, didn't get him. Now they're all in on Rodgers. Don't know if he's going to get him or not. So if that's the case, Russ, you have to go out there and you have to take visits. You have to put pressure on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think this visit today and tomorrow is what they're doing. But when you look at the Browns, right, they're skill players. Jerome Ford, running back. I think they need to re-sign Nick Chubb. Jerry Jeudy had a really good year last year. David Njoku still got it. They have a pretty good-ish offensive line. But it gets really interesting when you have the number 2 pick in the draft and you're like, let me just have a Band-Aid in Russell Wilson to get me through this year so I can get to next year's draft for the quarterbacks to draft a franchise quarterback. Because this tells me 2 things. 1, the Browns don't believe in these quarterbacks that's drafted. This is the way they're going to go. 2, can you imagine an offense with Russell Wilson at quarterback and then you go and you draft the number 2 pick overall, Travis Hunter? To me, you pair Russ with Travis on offense. I think they got something to cook with. Now, I'm not saying it's going to save the franchise. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but at least it gives Kevin Stefanski another year. He's a 2-time coach of the year, another year in there if things don't go right. Look, there's a black cloud over this franchise right now with Deshaun Watson's contract. They need to do something to take the situation away from that. I don't believe they're going to roll with Kenny Pickett. I like Kenny Pickett. I don't believe that's the thing they're going to do. People forget. Now, Kevin Stefanski was a 2-time coach of the year. I know I said that. So I do believe the Stefanski's offense with Russell Wilson, and you go out there, you draft Travis Hunter, at least there's something a little bit to get excited about.
But here's my thing, though, Jay. It's like Russ is going to lose whichever place he goes because those franchises aren't good.
Exactly.
Right? He's going to lose in Cleveland. He's going to lose in New York. I'd rather lose in New York because at least if you lose in New York, now at least there's a big market. People will not forget who you are.
It might make it worse.
I don't know if y'all ever heard of this, like, would you rather be sad or would you be rich? And people respond, I'd rather cry in a mansion. I'd rather Russ be, I know, I'm saying I'd rather Russ be crying in New York. Because in Cleveland, you not winning no games. In New York, you not winning no games. But Chase, you know this. Go to New York and at least we will talk about
you. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Where should Russ want to go?
Want to go, yeah.
He should want to go wherever anybody wants him. I know it's tough right now because we're talking about a superstar player. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for us to sit here and say, you know, Russell Wilson should like pick where he want to go, where he want. Russell Wilson, don't nobody want him. And that is what the world is saying right now. I'm looking at the picture over there right here, and right here, it's an NFL logo next to his face. No, for real though. That means you're not on a team. We are deep into free agency, and a bunch of quarterbacks has gone that we believe Russ is better than. The NFL is telling us that don't nobody want Russ. I definitely don't want to go back to the Steelers. I don't know about y'all, but y'all show me y'all don't want me. First is Justin Fields. I'm better than him. Then it's Sam Darnold. I'm better than him. Then it's Aaron Rodgers, and some people can say you better than him at this stage of your career. And they all saying Pittsburgh saying we want those other quarterbacks over you. Russ should go wherever anybody wants him. That is where he's at in his career right now. That's where he's at. He does not have the opportunity to go walk into these meetings and say, I don't know if I want y'all.
Facts.
He doesn't.
And
that's just the honest truth of the situation with Russell Wilson. So for me, if you go to Cleveland and Cleveland say, hey, man, you got a chance to start here and it's an open competition, I should go to Cleveland.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, you ain't got the luxury no more of everybody knocking down your door. Based upon how you play, you don't got the luxury no more. And I say, dang, James, that's brilliant. James, you said that maybe 3-4 weeks ago. It seems to be a lie. Because it seems like the Minnesota Vikings, they want Aaron Rodgers. It seems like the Cleveland Browns, they have interest in Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers obviously have interest in Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know if y'all saw the Giants have interest in Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers recently seen hanging out at a beach, just kind of chilling, as every team is trying to figure out where they want to place their quarterback. And Aaron Rodgers is just kind of posted up chilling. The question is simple. Is Aaron Rodgers worth waiting for?
My dog is posted up, ain't he?
He's chilling.
Chilling. He big chilling. Meanwhile, everybody's waiting on him. Do y'all think Aaron Rodgers is worth waiting for, Jay?
I think you got to wait on him now. Aaron Rodgers is the best option left at the quarterback spot. He is. And that's including free agency and that's including draft. So if you're a team that is trying to win and trying to get this thing turned around right now, I think Aaron Rodgers is the guy that can help you do that. So I think you have to wait for him. When free agency started or when Aaron Rodgers got released, I thought it's going to be tough on my dog. I did. Like the how it went in New York, I'm like, it's going to be tough on my dog. Everything worked out perfect for him. And now he's the best quarterback remaining when you include draft and free agency. So they should be knocking down this door right now. If I'm the Steelers, I'm knocking down this door. Hey, man, come over here, let's try to get this thing going and let's get you in this building to go try to win, get to these playoffs, and whatever happens, happens. But he fell in a perfect situation to where the dominoes of the quarterback fell, and these quarterback-needy teams need a quarterback. And what it's telling me is they don't believe in the quarterbacks that's in the draft neither.
Yeah.
Well, no, 100%.
You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
So that lets me know that Aaron Rodgers has a lot of leverage in this situation, and it did switch overnight, over 48 hours, Acho.
Yeah.
And now he is wanted.
Why do you think that is, though?
It's completely switched.
Why do you think that is?
I think it is because, number one, if you turn Aaron Rodgers' tape on, I believe Aaron Rodgers can still play this game. Number two, I don't think it's the belief in the dudes coming out of the draft, and there's nobody left in free agency.
So I would just say this. I think it's, first of all, to answer your question, I think no. I don't think you have to wait. I don't think he's he's at a point where we need to wait.
Waiting for it.
That's one thing. Second thing is, if we really look at Aaron Rodgers since 2017, he's only give you 12 or 2 playoff wins. Like, let's just break him down for real, for real. I know his name is super big and we want to talk like he's still that. But the reason why I guess he's a hot commodity right now in the free agency, though, is because the other guys he was going against ain't that good. Let's just keep it honest. Sam Darnold, I mean, he had a good year, but we all think he's not that good. Justin Fields, I mean, God, he was a backup and got paid. I don't understand how that even works in the free market. Who's the third one?
Gino?
No, that's before we go to him. Daniel Jones. I was trying to get y'all to hype me up with Daniel. Because we know how bad he is. So when we talk about Aaron Rodgers, first of all, who you going against? Okay?
That's true.
Dudes is younger than you, that's not that good. So that's one part. The second part is any team he goes to, what are you, 1 year, maybe 2 years?
One.
Deal?
I would say 1 year.
So we only getting you, right? So we can even like a bridge quarterback.
Yeah.
Before we find a real quarterback, right? Because we got to go through the season with somebody.
Yeah.
So when you're talking like this, like waiting for, I mean, are we really? Or are we just waiting just to plug in a little spot to hold us over? Ain't like these teams he's talking about going to the Super Bowl or playoffs. Am I tripping? Right? Even the Vikings. I think in my heart that Kevin O'Connell's going to go out there and get JJ to be my starting quarterback. You drafted him in the first round, JJ McCarthy, okay? My thing is, if you bring Aaron Rodgers, what is that, for a little rental? Maybe you could coach him up a little bit.
Wherever he goes.
Because if you could change Sam Darnold from the Jets, Kevin O'Connell talking about, you could change him, you could change anybody.
No doubt.
Because Jesus makes somebody see that was blind, right?
Yeah.
He was crippled, he makes somebody walk.
He did do
so
that.
if Kevin O'Connell can do that with Sam Darnold, oh my God.
O'Connell close to
JJ McCarthy can do the same thing from
guess
Michigan
so.
all the way to the Vikings. That's all I'm saying. So when you acting like Aaron's like, oh my God, we got to have him. No, dog.
But for 1 year, that's what they telling us, Shady.
Hold up, but that's not like a big want. Somebody you wait on is like Myles Garrett, right? We're gonna do everything in our power to make sure we don't leave the building.
Yeah.
But Aaron
all I'm
Rodgers,
saying is,
we wait a little longer to a plug-in player.
But what I'm saying is you got Russell Wilson, right?
Correct.
So if you wasn't waiting on Aaron Rodgers or you didn't want Aaron Rodgers that bad and you waiting on him to respond to a contract or whatever, if you wasn't tripping off him, you just gonna sign Russ.
Yes.
So that's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. If they really wanted Aaron, they'd have put some real money out there to go get him. That's the problem.
I don't think that's the issue.
We don't know. Yeah,
They're not doing that. I've been calling around all the time. They're not just doing that.
Well, I think that clearly Aaron Rodgers is worth waiting for. I mean, I listen to NFL teams. 3 NFL teams want him right now. Like he has a choice. And we're talking about him here on national TV, just like everyone else, and it's exactly what he wants. He wants to be the one last time the center of attention. And that's fine with me because, quite honestly, you've earned it, man.
Why are you shaking your head, James?
It's the truth, though, bro. It's true. He should have already made the decision. He should have already signed.
It's tough for me to sit up here and fight. You know what I'm saying? For my dog, because I know
because I'm right.
Stuff
Thank you.
that he's
all right, let me.
media. But playing with him, he don't care about.
I know, but there's for me, there's no reason to drag it out. The only reason I can think about why he's dragging it out and why we're talking about him like this is because I do think the Minnesota Vikings make a lot of sense for him. Like, clearly the Giants and the Steelers both have offers out for him. And I'm trying to think, like, okay, as a quarterback, like, it's easy. Steelers, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, they're going to be in the playoffs. Like, I like it. It's going to be for 1 year regardless. Giants, no way right now. Not like last opportunity. And I'm like, I'm thinking to wait to see what the KOC and the Vikings decide. Because if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I want to go there. Like, I am scratching, clawing, kicking down doors to go there because I have the best team possible without a proven commodity at quarterback. I like J.J. McCarthy. I really do. I don't know what he's going to be like. You can't really judge him based on one preseason game. Now, KOC saw him in training camp, and I do believe he can do good things with them, and I do believe eventually he will be their quarterback. But it's just crazy to think that he would follow the Brett Favre blueprint to a T. Because you ball out in Green Bay, you go to New York, and then you come back to the Minnesota Vikings. I played against him. I was on the sideline. I was a rookie in 2009 NFC Championship game. It was his best year in his entire career was with the Minnesota Vikings. I truly believe Aaron Rodgers could do stats-wise, numbers-wise, wins-wise. You know what I mean? Like stats-wise, numbers. You know what I'm saying? It was his best stat year of his career. Really? So I do think that he's worth waiting for because I listen to what GMs are telling you, and 3 guys want to sign him.
Can I ask you a question though? Because I know every time we bring up Aaron Rodgers, you want to go off the field stuff, and that's cool. He's done some stuff off the field that can bring that to attention. Football player-wise.
Yep.
You've watched Aaron Rodgers on the football field this last season. Can he still play at a high level? Football-wise, football Aaron Rodgers, if he went to the Steelers, what would he mean for the Steelers? Can he still play at a high level?
Yeah, he can still play at a high level. But also, James, you sort of gotta listen to not only what your eyes say, but also what other GMs are thinking. Shady just said the B&B club, okay, of Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, and Daniel Jones, they all got signed before Aaron Rodgers. Cool. Teams want these guys. Teams want these guys. I don't think it's like teams want these guys before they get Aaron Rodgers. And I don't think you can just factor, unfortunately, just what Aaron Rodgers on the field is going to bring with you for a year because he is a one-year rental, in my opinion. You have to factor in, regardless whether we like it or not, the distraction that he brings off the field. Okay, on the field, yes, he can play at a high level. I don't know as consistent or not.
So my thing is because he's going to one of these teams.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they want him.
No doubt.
So they're going to bring him in, off-field issues or not. And he's going to have to come in and play football. Is he better than all these dudes that got signed in front of him when you turn the tape on?
Yeah.
Not than Darnold last year.
Oh, my God.
Just being honest. Not than Darnold. Every other one's yes. Truly.
Darnold.
To me, Rodgers isn't worth waiting for. Not at all. But he's not worth waiting for. No disrespect, just because I think relationships end how relationships begin. James, you know this better than anybody. You played with Aaron Rodgers. If you wait for Aaron Rodgers now, you were telling Aaron Rodgers before he even joins your team, you have the power. You were telling Aaron Rodgers, we are on your time. You're telling Aaron Rodgers, hey, whatever you say goes. You're telling Aaron Rodgers, all right, Rodgers, just let me know when you're ready. So if you set the standard of the relationship, letting Rodgers know you're willing to wait on him, you run into the same issue potentially Robert Saleh ran into. Hey, coach, I don't want to be in OTAs. I know you scheduled it 9 months out. I don't want to be there. Whether OTAs matter or not, so relevant. What you're simply saying is Rodgers has the power to make decisions over you. You're saying you are on Rodgers' time. Rodgers is not on your time. That, to me, Jay, is why he's not waiting for.
Even if you're a Dayball and a Tomlin, you think you're walking into the building like that? Well, I think these are two coaches that really have everything over that organization, that run that organization, that they have all the power. So this is not a first-year head coach that ain't really proven nothing. Because Robert Saleh, good coach, bad coach, whatever we want to say, he didn't win no games with Aaron. He didn't win no games without Aaron. So we can't. Dayball has proven coach of the year, and obviously Tomlin is who Tomlin is.
The only reason I agree with Shady is the premise. Like, Tomlin should not go for that. But Tomlin also shouldn't go for, they need a quarterback. Like, they need a
But if you need one. Wait, this is for agency, though. I ain't no, like, stipulations where I got to go now.
No, what I'm suggesting is this. If Russell Wilson, who we just talked about, goes and signs with the Broncos, and now if Kirk Cousins all of a sudden goes and signs with whoever he may sign with, now all of a sudden, Tomlin, you caught red-handed. Exactly. You clearly don't want Shador that bad, and you clearly don't want Cam Ward that bad. So now what I'm suggesting is, Tomlin, you might be stuck looking around because you was waiting on Rodgers. That's all I'm suggesting.
And I think that's a huge point in this whole thing. I don't know if Russ was intending to take visits before this free agency started.
I don't know. I know. I talked to Russ at the Super Bowl. I said, hey, bro, real quick, because this story matters. I'm with Russ at the Super Bowl right behind our hotel. We stayed at the Marriott in New Orleans. I'm with Russ. Russ with Sierra with Lala. We chilling. I'm about to dip. Russ like, hey, grab a seat. I sit down next to Russ. We're talking. I'm about to leave. I don't like talking that long. I'm leaving again. Russ like, hey, bro, why y'all always be talking bad about me? So now I'm like, let's rap. We talk. I finally get to Pittsburgh, Chase, just to share this story with the viewers. I'm like, hey, bro, you really want to go back to Pittsburgh? He's like, yeah, bro, I love it there. I said, but what about, like, y'all need a number one wide receiver? What about GP? It seemed like there was some tension there. He said, nah, I think I can really groom GP. He's like, GP can ball. He's like, me and GP, George Pickens, me and GP got a great relationship. I said, wait, so, like, you and Tom and everything? He was like, yeah, I want to go back there. Like, that would be my first choice. I said, well, Pete Carroll's with the Raiders. You don't want to go to the Raiders? He said, nah, it's Pittsburgh for me. So to your
exactly
point, Russ tells me verbatim, I want to go to Pittsburgh, and I think he was planning on going back to Pittsburgh.
Well, and I saw him last weekend because our kids play in the same Little League team down in San Diego. And I was talking to him about the same exact thing. All he said was, I want to go back to Pittsburgh. Clearly, they're the fourth option for him, though. Yeah. And I think that Russ is being really smart, and his agent is being really smart in this whole process because he is taking a visit to the Browns. What does that mean? It puts pressure on the Steelers in pressuring Aaron Rodgers. If you don't take this, we cannot afford to lose out. Like, we are going to end up with Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. So I believe that you will see a decision sooner rather than later.
When y'all say lose, like, who we lose down on? Like, I hear what y'all saying, but, like, you think the teams are tripping that they didn't get Justin Fields back?
No.
You think teams are tripping that they didn't get
the Steelers are because they were their number one option.
They not.
But here's the thing.
It was their number one option.
I don't care. I don't want to cut it.
But think about it, 2-5. Mike Tomlin knows this much. What he knows about himself because he's self-aware, he knows he can't trust rookie quarterbacks. He couldn't trust Kenny Pickett, first-round pick. Yeah. You don't know what Shador, you don't know what Cam Ward are going to be. So if Mike Tomlin rolls into the season without Russ and without Rodgers, and he's not even a hot pick, so Tomlin can't afford to go into the season 2-5 without a Q.
Okay, real quick. So
the guy, Dart, if so.
Okay, so the guys that got picked up, free agency guys, okay, Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, and Daniel Jones.
DJ not an option. DJ, Mike Tomlin was never looking at DJ.
Yeah. Whatever it is. All right, let's the other two guys.
Justin Fields, he had a winning record with, so he knows he can have a winning record.
But y'all know football, right? Y'all know football. Do you think he's up there tripping about not getting Justin Fields?
No, I don't think he's tripping, but he offered him. He offered him.
But he might be tripping if they lose out on all these guys.
Okay, what other guys, though? You get what I'm saying?
Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson.
All right. All I'm saying is this. Y'all making it such a big deal that, oh, my God, he's the last option. They want his other guys. What I'm saying is Justin Fields and Russ, I think Russ is better. I don't think it's a big difference. So you didn't get Justin Fields. I don't think it's a big deal.
No, we're not saying that's a big deal.
Because he's not that good of a player.
We're not even talking about Justin.
Sign somewhere else.
We're saying, imagine if Tomlin doesn't get Russ either. Yeah. Now what?
Okay, so it's Russ and it's Aaron Rodgers, those last two guys? Okay, cool.
What if Aaron goes to Minnesota?
That's what we're saying. Like, he can miss out on all of them.
I truly believe that either Russ or Aaron is not going to give up going to the Steelers to go to the Giants. I don't believe
because of the
I don't believe that Russ, unless he has an option out of the Steelers and the Cleveland, I don't think he's going to go to Cleveland over the Steelers. I don't believe that. Yeah. Or Aaron Rodgers. You want to go to a winning team with a really good coach.
I think Russ feels that the relationship with the Steelers is strained now. Because they are his fourth option.
Doesn't the
Steelers mess themselves up?
I think the Steelers are walking a fine line of ruining things right now.
No doubt.
Because they have shown Russ and Shady, you the superstar at the desk, so deferring to your superstarity, they have shown Russell Wilson, we don't want you. So how now?
But Russ ain't that type of player, though. Like, I've never seen a superstar get disrespected and him still be, like, okay with it.
Yeah. But that's my point.
Yeah, that's the point.
If Rodgers goes...
But the ego part ain't going to be affected, though, with Russ.
You're saying if he ends up back in...
Yeah, I can see him going back there.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.